Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Renson's Yard. I have some interesting news for you guys. I sold my big truck, so it's getting picked up this week. Because we weren't using it much anymore, and I figured it was time to move on. But there's more. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's idling. How about the radio?
1967, Shampoo Homes.
Très bien habillé avec des vêtements diaphanes, c'était presque décadent, mais au niveau...
Yeah, definitely functional. And there's probably a subwoofer hiding somewhere. Hello everyone. It's time for a little Yukon update. So I brought it to my favorite mechanics to have it looked over to see what it would need for safety. And the result is that it's never going back on the road. Not reasonably anyways. It would need multiple $1,000s of work. As I knew, power steering cooler is leaking, so that needs to be replaced. Power steering lines also leaking, and the cooler isn't doing much better. Rear wiper and defroster aren't working. Daytime running light's not working. Speedometer's not working. Parking brakes are completely seized. So the whole assembly would need to be replaced, like all the hardware, the lines, everything. And then tires obviously are dead, which I knew. And I guess the biggest issue is that a few of the bolts on the exhaust manifold are broken. So I'm going to part it out and try to make my money back just on parts. I think it's pretty reasonable, but it'll definitely be a slow process. I'm partway through seat removal at this point. And this is what the floors look like. A good amount of crumbs and pens. I've found at least 5 of them. And also tea bags. I found a full box of tea. This is what I found for now. So I'll probably show the total amount found on screen at some point. I'm currently taking off the driver's seat. And if you take a look at the wiring, you can see that most wires go to nowhere. They're just like cut off and put weirdly back together. I mean, the power forward and back works, but I guess if I would have tried to put on the heated seats, they would have been heated, as in they're on fire heated. Car bed is all gone. Started taking apart the sound system. I was trying to chase down the big power wires I was seeing, thinking they were leading to some aftermarket speakers or something, but nope. They were just cut short and hiding in the floor, so the sound system is completely stock. There was also some wires in the roof that weren't connected to anything. I guess there was provision for a DVD player or something like that. Anyways, I pulled all of those out and pulled out the carpet because it was pretty disgusting. And you can see behind me I have a few other parts left over from my previous projects. But what I'm going to do with this one for now is basically I'll empty out everything that I've already detached, just put those in my container for the winter so I can access them even if there's a meter of snow on the ground. Keep selling those. Here I'll take off the wheels and tires. Tires are going straight to the scrap because they're done, but the wheels I'll probably clean up a bit and try to resell them. since it's winter tire season, I'll probably get a good deal for those. And I want to part out, all the exhaust system, because that I can bring to the scrap. We're probably going to do a load to the scrapyard pretty soon, so the exhaust is going to be gone. I'll check how the drive shaft and axles are. If they're too rusty to be resold or reused, they're just going to go to the scrap too. On the inside, I'll take as much as I can apart. And I want to keep some of the wiring and switches and stuff that I might use for my mini truck to add a bit more features, mostly power locks that I want to add. The Yukon I'm parting out is one trim level above the one we currently drive. What that means is that this is the mirrors we usually have, so just simple, ordinary mirrors with light. But I swapped them out for my Yukon's mirrors, which have the double flappy thing and adjustable lighting. So these can put away, and then these can still be put down. And it also extends out if you need extra sun protection. So I'll do the same thing for the other side. Take that one out and swap it out with the premium one. I just discovered something interesting. I'm trying to remove this whole dash skin, but to do so, this handle has to come off. And how does that happen? Well, behind the vent, or on the inside of the vent here, there we go, there's a little white piece of plastic. Same thing on the other side. And what you have to do is press on both of them at the same time, and then it unlatches just like an adjustable headrest does on a seat. So you just press both and the whole thing can be pulled out. And there we have it. Now this can be popped up and taken off. I took the mirror out of the Yukon and put it in my mini truck. It's a good deal bigger than the old one, and it also has the auto dimming feature, so when there's a car behind you, the mirror doesn't reflect as much light in your eyes. And I also hooked up the sensor for the direction and the temperature. So to be able to connect all those, you just need to keep the first red, the black, and the dark green wire. And then you take the air temperature sensor that's in the front grille of your vehicle. So it's the same thing for Silverados, Yukons, and pretty much all the larger GM vehicles. So you're looking for a little gray plug-in with the dark green wire and the black wire. So I hooked those up in front of the grille. I ran the wire behind the headlight inside, and I'm using power off of the position lights to connect my red and black. That way when the car's on, the sensor's on. And what that does now is, as soon as I put power on, it comes on. Hello again, December me here now, so this is where the Yukon is at right now, covered in snow, and I won't be touching it for the rest of winter. So this is why I'm posting this as a part 1, basically, and I'll make another video in the spring when we actually go to the scrapyard, and when I'll be pulling the drivetrain, fuel tank, and so on. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first part, and see you in the spring.